pressure tonight. And I am definitely stepping out of my comfort zone, and I can tell because I have butterflies in my stomach and my knees are weak and I feel like I have to use the bathroom, but I'll hold it in. I'm just trying to lighten up the mood because I feel like the topic I'm going to be talking about today is really serious, and I just want to let you know, you feel free to come talk to me if anything, I don't know, offends you or if I said anything wrong. I just want to let you know before. So as Kasti and Kem said before, my name is Hibah Siddiqui. I'm in grade 10 here at NIS, and for the personal project, I decided to do something related to my faith. And I struggled to pick a topic because I saw my friends picking things such as sports and music and dance, and I really wanted to do something that represented who I am, and I had trouble finding what that was. So I decided to do something that makes me different and unique, and I think sets me aside from the other students, and that was my faith, which is Islam. And as there is a lot of negativity going around the world nowadays, I decided to address that problem. So my goal for my personal project was to clear misconceptions of my faith, Islam. And I wanted to do it in an interesting yet different way that was entertaining and didn't seem like a lecture. So I wrote an original spoken word piece, and I'll be performing it again tonight, but before I do, I want to talk a little bit about the misconceptions I mentioned in my spoken word. So I talked about 5 main misconceptions that I think are the most heard of in the news. And those are terrorism in the name of Islam, the hijab, the misconception that all Muslims are Arab and vice versa in the sense that all Arabs are Muslim. The 4th one is thinking that Muslims are intolerant of others, and the final one is women's rights. So the first one is terrorism, and I really like this cartoon because I think it gives the main message of who ISIS is, because I think they're a group that a lot of us don't know a lot about, and it is a very controversial topic. And I think to sum it all up, they're a group that are doing horrible, horrible things. And they're doing it in the name of Islam, and what they do has no representation of what the true meaning of Islam really is. And you know, they're brutally killing millions of people, but in Islam, we are really taught the importance of life and how you can't take away someone else's life. In our book, it says that killing one person is equal to killing all of humanity. And you know, this cartoon shows that ISIS has no right to call themselves Muslims because what they do don't represent Islam. And I think the main message is that you can't let a few bad people represent an entire group. The second misconception is the true meaning behind the hijab, or the headscarf that the women wear. This picture shows a woman wearing a scarf, and what it says is, "Judge me by what's in my head, not what's on my head." And you know, a lot of people are confused by why women wear the headscarf and what it means and why they do it. And it's really simple. The hijab symbolizes modesty and innocence. And it's just a way for other people to notice us as Muslims. It just serves as a reminder for us that we are Muslim and that we should always be doing the right thing and just the basic things that everyone believes in. I get asked a lot why I don't wear this scarf. My mom wears the scarf and I don't, but I think the reason why is because she made that decision to wear it. I haven't made that decision yet, but one day I will. And it's not forced. The hijab is not something that is forced. It's whenever the girl is ready to start wearing it, that's when she can start. The third misconception is that all Muslims are Arab and all Arabs are Muslim. A lot of people automatically think of a Middle Eastern person when they hear Islam or Muslims. And it makes sense because that's where the religion originated. But since then it has spread all over the world, and Arabs only count as a small percentage of the whole Muslim population. They take up only 20%, and the majority are South Asians, including Chinese, Malaysian, Indians, and so much more. And the misconception that all Arabs are Muslim also isn't true, and it was something that even was hard for me to believe. Over the Chinese New Year break, I traveled to Saudi Arabia. And when I was there, I went to a city called Jerusalem. And there I saw something I never thought I would ever see. There you can see Arabs who are Christians, Jews, and Muslims. And they're all living in the same area. And that's something I didn't even know existed. The fourth misconception is that Muslims are intolerant. I think this cartoon really shows that most people view Muslims as intolerant, but if you really look at it, the world is intolerant of Muslims. All you can see on the news is how the negativity of Islam and how they shouldn't be doing this, they shouldn't be doing that. I think I can relate back to Jerusalem, because there you see all of the Arabs, no matter their religion, they're all living together. They're not intolerant. We're told to accept others no matter of their religion, and you should always try to befriend others, and religion isn't something that should set you apart. You should try to talk to other people based on their religion, and that shouldn't be something that takes you away from other people. The last misconception is women's rights. And I really like this picture because it shows a Christian nun as someone who is devoted by the way she dresses. And if a Muslim woman wants to do the same, she is called oppressed. And it doesn't make sense because they look very similar. I think Islam is a really feminist religion. There is a chapter all about women's rights, how they should be treated, what their role is in the Holy Book. And God says that women were created as a companion for men, and that they are no more and no less. So those are the 5 misconceptions I mentioned in my spoken word. I hope you enjoy it and you're able to take out the main message I have. It's called Misconceptions. I saw online a story on Islam, and what I read was a bunch of a religion based on peace, where the believers are treated like beasts. Heard of them on CNN, BBC, or Fox News, but once they mention Islam or Muslims, just hit snooze. For one, simply can't trust the media. So y'all get comfy because I got a story that definitely won't be boring. I saw online a video of ISIS training kids to fight, brainwashing the difference between wrong and right, brainwashing people to believe that all Muslims accept this with ease, when really the first thing taught to children is the importance of education and respecting your elders, whether it's a neighbor, stranger, or the administration. The point is, one bad person doesn't represent the entire religion. Just like how doves aren't the same as pigeons. I saw online that women who wear a scarf on their head are usually forced by men, but that's 100% incorrect. They cover for their own dignity and self-respect. It symbolizes modesty and innocence, yet most don't appreciate its significance. Women should be treated like queens, simply the best, but instead they're ridiculed and called oppressed. If I talk about a Muslim, a Middle Eastern man will probably pop into your head, just because of the words I said, and that's a common misunderstanding as the religion is slowly expanding. To some, it might not make sense to hear that Arab Muslims take up only 20% and that the majority are South Asians, a surprising fit to the equation. Muslims think that Islam is the best and the only right religion. That's a statement I heard multiple times online, and as I did, I shook my head side to side and asked, why is it that they spread these lies? It's because they want you to be angry with us. They want you to hate us for something we didn't do, for something that isn't true. We're told not to judge an opinion. We're told not to force a religion. These simple skills that require no special talent, yet they still consider us intolerant. Imagine having to grow up in a world where kids are afraid to go to school because the other kids don't think their mom's hijab is cool, and she'll have to deal with these judgments when she's only in preschool. Imagine listening to your mother, sister, or daughter reminisce the days where they could go out without drawing attention, because as always, it's the scarf people mention. So blame the media for the far-fetched misconceptions causing false interpretations of religion, race, and other groups, but it's too late to say oops because the damage has been done. All those wrong accusations rob people of their dignity. It's simply dehumanizing and takes away their common humanity. But again, the media easily deceives us all. To support a guy who wants to build a wall to divide people by their differences, rather than creating balances. These misconceptions formed by lack of information instead of stacks of quotations from the people who live through it every single day. And that's just a sad reality nowadays. So before you start spreading everything you see online, ask someone with a first-hand experience before you hit that share sign, because there is a difference. Thank you.